Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tilal Gupta. I'm representing MB Software. I'm the solution architect for Microsoft 365 range of products. In today's discussion, what I'll uh, tell you about Microsoft 365. I assume that most of you are already using Microsoft Office 365. I repeat, Office 365. And some of you has already adopted Microsoft 365. So there are certain differences between Office 365 and Microsoft 365. I'll explain that during my discussions. And the objective is to give you certain ideas on how effectively and securely your Microsoft 365 platform can be utilized to get more out of it. So it's do more with less kind of a discussion. So in today's discussion, what I'll broadly cover is that zero trust foundation. I'll explain you what is zero trust, then how to manage the endpoint devices in a much more simplified manner. I'll brief you on the productivity and collaboration aspects. So regarding zero trust, we have seen earlier also, and particularly during the pandemic situation, and even now, we can see a lot of security breaches happening across the globe. So we need to have a platform, or our landscape should be capable enough to handle such malicious attacks or targeted attacks. So for that, we have to think that we should not trust anything or anyone when it comes to accessing my infrastructure. So for that, we need to build a infrastructure which will not trust everyone. So in or anyone rather. So it will be accessed through a robust security mechanism. So that's how that zero trust uh, discussion is coming. Secondly, we access our platforms or applications or services or data from the endpoints. So sometimes a compromised endpoint can lead towards data leakage or other security vulnerabilities. So it's very important that we manage the devices, we monitor the devices, we secure the devices from which we are accessing our information. Then I'll give you certain enhancements which has been done in Office 365 in terms of collaboration. Many of you must be knowing that Yammer is getting transformed towards a solution called Viva, and Viva is giving you a very big or very robust kind of a platform for collaboration. So I'll showcase some videos on that for your better understanding. So what we hear from the customers in our day-to-day discussions regarding solutions, the customer's primary objective is to cut the cost. It's not customers, even if it's in our personal life, we always try to optimize our costs. So cut cost and eliminate redundant solutions. That is one important aspect. Instead of cutting cost, we need to have a best of the breed solution in terms of protection, in terms of productivity and collaboration. And for the end users, we need to deliver a simple solution which is designed for a teamwork. So for that, Microsoft empowers you to do more with less with a solution called Microsoft 360. We are aware of Office 365. That is fine. Office 365 is a productivity and collaboration solution, but it lacks a lot of security components onto that. There are components available which needs to be added on top of that Office 365. So Microsoft 365 is a bundle of security solutions plus collaboration solutions. So it's a single solution that can give you a total coverage in terms of every aspect of a day-to-day activity of any organization from a single OEM. That is the advantage because we have seen earlier also in our previous days, we used to use a lot of different solutions from different OEMs. All are best of the breed solutions, but somewhere we get stuck or we struggle to do a proper integration between those services. So the advantage over here for Microsoft 365 is that it's a single OEM product. All the products are tightly integrated internally with each and every one, and it's a single pane of glass to manage all the services and data. So the term comes a secure collaboration. The foundation is zero trust. So if we can see the icons, the device, OS, security, management, and collaboration. So what device? We can use any device. It can be a Microsoft Surface device or it can be a device from any other reputed OEM. But that device first need to be secured and managed because that is the device, that is the component using which we will access our landscape or infrastructure. So the first thing is we need to secure the devices. Device runs with an operating system. So a robust, secured operating system is very important. So we need an operating system. Security in terms of authentication or identity. Security in terms of device protection, which in a very crude way we call a desktop antivirus or a antivirus for the endpoints, and the data protection capabilities. Whatever data is there, whether it's in my device or in the platform itself, the protection of that device, that is important. Then managing the devices and services. So we need to manage the devices, we need to manage the mobile devices, we need to segregate which are the whitelisted application, which are the unauthorized applications. We need to ensure that devices are patched properly. Then comes the collaboration. We use email, we use Teams kind of a thing for collaboration, uh, communication, etc. And other Office apps or other apps, productivity apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. We use uh, data storage, cloud data storage like OneDrive. Sometimes we use SharePoint for storing the data and sharing the data. So all together, it comes under Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 has got two flavors. One is E3, that is the most popular one, and there is a version which is known as E5, which has got certain more functionalities, but uh, it's generally used by a very limited number of employees in an organization. And from the cost perspective, also, E5 is comparatively much more costlier than E3. So, for that secure collaboration journey, what we should look at it that the foundation, which is zero trust in terms of identity management, authentication, defend against threats, antivirus, data protection, then device and application management. And once all those things are passed, then we will securely use our productivity and collaboration solutions. So for Microsoft 365, what we get Office 365. That means Office applications, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, installable version that is part of Office M365 E3. Online services, Exchange, OneDrive, Teams, Office Online. It has got an online archiving feature also. Additionally, in of Microsoft 365, you get Windows 11 Enterprise Upgrade license. So if your endpoint is having Windows 8 or Windows 10 genuine OS, you have got the feature or the eligibility to upgrade that to Windows 11 Enterprise. Then it's added with advanced security features like threat protection, internal data leak prevention, or kind of a document or content classification kind of a thing where you can enforce a lot of policies that a document cannot be shared or not cannot be printed, cannot be accessed by unauthorized recipient of that document, kind of a thing. And then finally, device and application management. So if we see broadly, the components available or components comes under M365 E3 is mail, that is Exchange Online, storage, OneDrive, Microsoft Teams, MS Office, Office on a browser, Office on a mobile device, SharePoint platform, Yammer, which is getting transformed into a solution called Teams. It has got Stream. Stream is your video library. You can use it as your internal YouTube kind of a thing. This is from the productivity and collaboration part. And from the security part, you get Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory is a component which comes by default with every Office 365 license, but that is Azure Active Directory free. Whereas in M365 E3, you get Azure Active Directory Premium license, which has got several other additional security features like conditional access, conditional based multi-factor authentication, uh, application proxy, and a lot of other things in terms of policies framework. Power Apps and Power Automate is a low code, no code kind of a platform where you can build workflows. For virtual agent is something using which you can integrate those workflows within Teams, Windows operating system, endpoint configuration manager or Intune. That is something which is used for device and application management, including mobile device management. Azure information protection is for your data protection, data classification. Then analytics, Defender antivirus, security and compliance center, which is a portal where you get a overview or overall snapshot of your landscape in terms of Microsoft 365 tenant, that what is going on. People spend a lot of money for audits, and this security and compliance center along with a secure score mechanism which is available with every Office 365 or M365 platform, you can check the status of your platform at any point of time. So it's again a audit tool for you with no extra cost. What I'll do, I'll take you through certain videos now back to back regarding Microsoft security, regarding Defender endpoints and other things. Bhavna, please let me know if the video sound is coming.
Sure, sir. Data is key to growing your business. It's coming. But
Okay.
before your organization can truly take off, you have to know where all your data lives and how to manage it across clouds, apps, and platforms while continuing to stay up on all new regulations. Because when it comes to compliance, data streams should be dialed in, helping to guide your department toward tangible results to better help protect and safeguard your business. That way, you can gain a better view of your data estate with less distractions and fewer vulnerabilities, giving your team more freedom to innovate and accelerate beyond protection, beyond governance, and beyond compliance. Because with Microsoft Purview, you can simply go beyond.
This video summarizes the Microsoft Defender for Endpoint platform so you can better understand its components and capabilities. Defender for Endpoint is a comprehensive solution for preventing, protecting from, detecting, and automating the investigation of and response to threats on endpoints. It's a core part of Microsoft 365 Defender, which combines and orchestrates the capabilities of Defender for Endpoint, Defender for Office 365, Defender for Identity, and Defender for Cloud Apps. Several components define Defender for Endpoint. This video describes each, starting with Asset Discovery. Attackers are more likely to compromise unmanaged devices, and by doing so, threaten your network. So Defender for Endpoint helps you to discover these network devices and endpoints so you can assess and protect them. It requires no extra appliances or cumbersome process changes. Instead, Defender for Endpoint uses already onboarded endpoints to collect, probe, or scan your network to discover unmanaged devices. After discovering these unmanaged devices, Defender for Endpoint helps you to assess their vulnerability and onboard them. Asset Discovery is part of Threat and Vulnerability Management, a game-changing bridge between IT and security teams. It's a risk-based approach to the discovery, prioritization, and remediation of endpoint vulnerabilities and misconfigurations. Threat and Vulnerability Management helps organizations discover them in real time, based on sensors, without agents or periodic scans. It prioritizes vulnerabilities based on the threat landscape, detections in your organization, sensitive information on devices, and business context. The result? It helps to profoundly reduce your overall exposure and to improve your security posture. The next prevention technology is attack surface reduction. That's coming up next. Attack surface reduction reduces the places where your organization is exposed to attacks, without limiting users' productivity. To do this, it provides a rich collection of capabilities. For example, application control allows only trusted applications to run. Attack surface reduction rules help you to restrict certain behaviors in apps, files, or scripts. And network protection prevents any app from accessing dangerous locations based on their reputations. While Threat and Vulnerability Management and Attack Surface Reduction help to neutralize threats before they can impact your machines, our next-generation antivirus can detect and block attacks before they can do any damage. Microsoft Defender Antivirus is the Defender for Endpoint next-generation protection component that combines machine learning, big data analysis, in-depth threat research, and the Microsoft Cloud infrastructure to protect devices. It uses behavior monitoring, heuristics, and real-time threat protection to detect and block malicious file or fileless threats. Through the power of cloud, it detects and blocks new and emerging threats almost instantly. Next up, endpoint detection and response for finding threats that want to stay hidden. Defender for Endpoint continuously collects behaviors and attacker techniques on endpoints to identify and alert on suspicious or malicious activity. It provides security teams with the needed tools to visually investigate forensic evidence, quickly understand the scope of a breach, and take the necessary actions. For example, Defender for Endpoint offers powerful tools for threat hunting and responding to threats. Security teams can investigate 6 months of historical data across all their endpoints, write flexible queries, save them, and turn them into custom detections. The built-in sandbox allows security teams to submit suspicious files for deep inspection. It returns a full report that describes the file's capabilities. The next capability is automation, helping security teams to go from alert to remediation at scale. The artificial intelligence built into Microsoft Defender for Endpoint uses inspection algorithms and processes that an analyst would use to automatically investigate and remediate threats. No break, no vacation. Just high-quality investigations and remediations 24/7. Automated investigation and remediation is a huge win for security teams. They can go from an alert to remediation in just minutes at full scale. It significantly reduces the alerts they have to go after and can focus on more sophisticated threats or high-value activities. Defender for Endpoint gives security teams the optics and tools they need, including automation, so they can handle most of what they encounter. For those times when they need a little help, they can rely on Microsoft Threat Experts. Next, Microsoft Threat Experts is our managed threat hunting service, and it has two components. First, targeted attack notifications provide special insights and analysis that help identify and respond to the most critical threats quickly and accurately. And the second is Experts on Demand. You can reach out to Microsoft Threat Experts, and they provide you with a technical consultation on relevant detections and adversaries. On its own, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint is a powerful endpoint security platform. The ability to integrate with other solutions by using our APIs takes it to a whole new level. You learn about that in the next segment. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint is an innovative security platform that can help protect your organization from the most sophisticated threats. However, we know that customers' environments and structures vary, so we provide APIs to allow flexibility. Customers can integrate our service with their existing security infrastructures by using a rich set of APIs. For instance, they can connect their SIEM or ticketing systems to Defender for Endpoint, enrich their solutions with Defender for Endpoint data, or enable their own custom security workflows. The last component is management. You can use Microsoft Endpoint Manager as a central place to configure the baseline and individual security settings of your endpoints. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint is a powerful solution to prevent, protect from, and detect threats on endpoints. We encourage you to read the documentation on Microsoft Docs to learn more about its capabilities. Microsoft Security.
So, what we got over that the security is playing a very major role for every organization uh, to secure your data, secure your landscape, as well as securing your endpoint devices. So, to start the security, as charity begins at home, we say. So, operating system plays a very major role into that. If you are not having a proper operating system, then whatever you do, you are always vulnerable. Like Windows 8 is going to get uh, end of life soon. Even I've seen many organizations still using Windows 7, which got end of life a long back. So whatever security posture you take, if the operating system is not equipped uh, to handle the modern day threats, then you are at risk. So it's very important that you think about upgrading your operating system to the latest level. So M365 give you the feature of getting upgrade as long as your endpoint operating system is having a genuine OS. So you can go for the latest and secured operating system for that. So I will show you a small video on the advanced security offering which is available in Windows 11.
Hi, my name is Dave Weston. I'm the Vice President of Security and Enterprise here at Microsoft. With hybrid work on the rise, we knew it was time to raise the security baseline. Organizations need to be ready to protect sensitive information anywhere. With Windows 11, our customers can enable hybrid work and new experiences without compromising security. Windows 11 raises the security baseline with new requirements built into both hardware and software for protection from chip to cloud. Features that now come with any Windows 11 device include TPM 2.0 for hardware-rooted trust, virtualization-based security, advanced encryption, and Windows Hello for passwordless protection. The table below shows some of the core features that deliver this advanced protection.
So now we will discuss about the productivity and collaboration. As an existing user of Office 365 or Microsoft 365, you are already using certain components for email like Exchange Online, OneDrive for storing and sharing data. Many of you have already invested a lot on SharePoint development to build a document library, intranet portal kind of a thing. But one component which is part of Office 365 or M365 is Microsoft Teams, which we felt that yet to be explored in a much deeper manner, because Teams is something which is called as a hub for teamwork, and it has got a endless capabilities. Like, it's not only designed for audio video discussions, chat, file sharing. It has got several other features like you can do document co-authoring, you can integrate applications and services within Teams. Rather, you can use Power Platform based workflows within Teams. So, in a word, you can say that a Teams can be given as the primary interface to every user, using which he or she can accomplish anything or everything he or she performs in their day-to-day activity, be it checking mails, be it collaboration, be it creating documents, be it meetings, chat, and everything. So I will share again a small video on Teams, how that journey happened since last uh, quite a few years.
5 years ago, Microsoft Teams began a journey to make work and learning more productive and collaborative, where everyone's voices are heard, and to help us feel closer, even when we're apart. You have shown us that the journey has just begun. Engaging meetings, a reimagined office, feel connected, we'll continue to grow together. 5 years ago,
Now I was talking about Viva, which is something uh, we have started using in our organization. Many organizations has already started adopting it in a very extensive manner. So that Microsoft Viva has got a huge capabilities which can be used extensively by any organization. And Viva is something which comes along with Office 365 or M365 licenses. So you don't have to pay anything. It's just a matter of configuring it, enabling it, and rolling it out for the end users to consume. So let us see what certain features of Viva in the upcoming videos.
Love and already use every day. Viva Microsoft Viva Connections is your digital gateway to creating a rich, modern employee experience. It helps your entire organization stay engaged and gives everyone access to the tools they need to succeed. And it's personalized, appearing in the apps and devices your employees love and already use every day. Viva Connections provides them with a curated experience that includes relevant news, conversations, and other resources, all in one place. Get ready to transform your company culture by creating an inclusive environment. The seamless integration of Viva Connections and your company's communities means everyone can connect with each other and feel empowered to contribute their valuable thoughts and ideas. With Viva Connections, you can engage with your entire team, from the top floor to the shop floor, wherever they are and on any device. Use video and live events to showcase your important company moments and campaigns. Share stories and messages in your authentic voice, and provide unique experiences for your employee groups and teams. Viva Connections also helps you target and schedule company news to the right people at the right time, based on your Microsoft Azure Active Directory groups. You can use your existing Microsoft Stream, SharePoint, Yammer, and Microsoft Teams infrastructures to deploy Viva Connections with minimal effort. You can even reinforce your organization's identity with custom branding. All your employees will have a streamlined experience for tackling those important tasks. Help them make the most of their precious time throughout the day before they need to return to helping customers or building products. Empower everyone to succeed. Viva Connections gives you the modern employee experience to keep your entire organization informed, connected, and inspired so they can bring their best to work every day. Microsoft Teams is your hub for teamwork, a shared workspace for team conversations, files, and apps. And now, with Microsoft Viva in Teams, leaders can also use it to create a learning culture that empowers people to be their best and do their best by learning new things. By bringing learning into the space where they already spend their time, it's easier than ever for team members to gain the information they need to grow their careers and contribute to the success of the business. Viva Learning lets anyone pin a Learning tab in a Microsoft Teams channel. Sources include LinkedIn Learning and Microsoft Learn, company-specific content, content providers like Skillsoft, Pluralsight, Coursera, and edX, and content stored in learning management systems like Cornerstone On Demand, Saba, and SAP SuccessFactors. Search for and select content from the Learning library to share with team members where they're already collaborating, communicating, and getting work done. Viva Learning adds the selected content to the Learning tab so they can seamlessly transition from learning to other important work activities. With Viva Learning, managers can also assign courses to individuals to help address the skills gap while driving an agile workplace that prioritizes learning and growth. Of course, they can also view the status of learning tasks they've assigned, plus everyone's completion status. Employees can then customize, simplify, and supercharge what and how they learn, all in one place, the My Learning view. From here, they can select courses to help them grow in their career and as a person. This simple view shows their assigned learning tasks. Viva Learning also uses AI to deliver personalized recommendations. Select a course to reveal details and options, such as liking or bookmarking it for later. Then start learning by jumping in. When they're ready to discover more, they can search for and share learning with their teammates via chat. Everyone can benefit from great learning material without ever leaving Microsoft Teams. Viva Learning helps simplify the learning experience for teams and makes it easy to discover, share, and engage with the content needed to drive growth, both personally and professionally.
So, the main objective of focusing on M365 is that Office 365 is there, it was there, it's there, it will be there as a productivity and collaboration solution. But considering the threat landscape, considering the management and manageability aspect, and these advanced collaboration features, M365 combines a lot of components together. Like it gives you a endpoint protection, data protection in terms of labeling and encryption, identity and access management, mobile device storage, and everything. So if we consider that we take all these things from different OEMs, the cost you will incur if we consider it like USD 91 per user, the same features can be available from a single OEM, which is Microsoft, through a M365 licenses. You will get over 60% of savings in terms of the cost. It will cost you around 36 USD per user. So this is the time whoever is already using Office 365 and using several other components or services from several other OEMs to get other features enabled like security, access management, all this stuff. It's a high time that you can review that whether M365 can suffice your requirements or not. And we suggest you go through the documentation. We are there to consult you. We are there to guide you that whether that is possible or not, what are the features you are using, can be managed by Microsoft 365 components or not, and we can take it forward. So that is the next step. What I'd suggest that you think about what has been given to you, what has been delivered to you in this session. Share share whatever you grabbed with your management and teammates in IT. Explore more about M365. And finally, please revert back to us for any consultation required, any suggestions required, because it's not only a product selling which we do in MB. We have got a very rich expertise on several other deployment, development, and services perspective. We are into Azure also in terms of Azure Kubernetes, Azure Virtual Desktop, and other things. And definitely also in Microsoft 365 related security deployment. We have got a rich capability on SharePoint, Power Apps, and Teams development also. So please feel free to get back to us for any query, any consultation. Now I'm opening the floor. So if you have got any query, any concern, please ask me. I'll try to respond as much as possible.
Thank you, Tilak sir. And also, I request all the attendees that we have uploaded the feedback form, the consultation form in the chat. So I request each one of you to please do give your feedback so that we can serve you better. So it's there on the chat. And if there's any questions, please do feel free to ask, and the floor is open. Is there any question? Any feedback, any consultation that you would be interested in, any questions around the session? So, sir, if there aren't any questions, I think we can conclude the session. And thank you, everyone, for joining in. Thank you so much for your time.